All right, makeup geeks, I have another real talk video for you guys today. I haven't done one in a little bit because I don't want to do them too often. I don't ever want these videos to come across as, oh, woe is Marlena, or I'm trying to get attention or sympathy or anything like that. This is not a feel bad for Marlena. Marlena is doing good. There's been difficult times. The whole purpose of these videos, for those of you who are new to my channel, is honestly to bring people together in a safe environment where we can talk about things that we're legitimately going through and help each other out and tell your story as well, because you never know, telling your story, as difficult as it may be, may help someone else get through something that you're going through. So my topic today is all about knowing your worth after going through a divorce. Now, I'm not going to talk about the specifics of my divorce. A lot of you guys know that I'm going through one right now, and sad to say it's my second one, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about because it's a little bit embarrassing that I'm still very young and yet I've had two divorces under my belt. It's never something, looking back when I'm like 20 years old, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be married forever and I'm gonna have two children and there's gonna be a white picket fence and fairies will greet me at the door every morning and I will have croissant for breakfast. Like, you have this whole image of what your life is going to look like, and it does not happen. And it's not anything you're prepared for. So for me, it's frustrating because it's like I'm such a goal-oriented person saying my life is going to be this, but it's not. It's this. And I come to terms with it. But what I've taken from my divorce is not only knowing my self-worth, but knowing what I need in life, what I don't need. And it's always a lesson. So you know how when you're going through a difficult time, whether it be divorce or something else, at the moment you're like, why am I going through this? Why is this happening? There's this very turmoil filled period, but then after you kind of get through that hump, there's a, okay, this was meant to happen for a reason. I was meant to learn a lesson, or I was meant to be stronger from this, or I was made to get knowledge from this that I have to use for something in the future. There's always a purpose for reasons why we go through difficult times. So I will say, this is aimed at my women. I know there's not just women watching my channel, but we women in particular tend to accept things that we shouldn't. We tend to undervalue ourselves because we want to be the very empathetic person or very giving or very caring. We always put other people in front of ourselves. And what I've learned in the last couple relationships, and this is not a bashing video at all towards my exes at all. I'm not trying to put them down. Like, there's no negative remorse for that. But what I'm saying is, I know personally my self-worth and how I need to be treated and things that I need in life and what I want from a partner. And I've learned not to settle anymore. And I wish I could have told myself 10, 20 years ago when I was very young not to accept certain things that I don't accept now. I feel like every year that I get older, I accept less and less BS. I'm trying to put a positive spin on this because we don't value ourselves enough to know that even though you may care for a person and love that person deeply, if you're not getting something in return for them, or if you're not being valued or having your needs met the way you should, then it's not going to work out, and that's okay. It's hard to go through divorce. It's the most difficult thing I can say anyone has to go through outside of losing a loved one, is going through a divorce, because it does feel like a death. It feels like you are losing a part of your life that you once knew. You were together and you did things, you cooked in the kitchen and you went grocery shopping and you went on vacations together, and when that's gone, it's almost like this part of you is missing. It feels like a death, like a very strong part of your life is gone. So every relationship has something that you learn from, and I'll give you guys examples. This is not from my current divorce necessarily. I'm giving examples of things that I've gone through from various different relationships of people that I've dated, and I wanted to share these examples so you know what not to tolerate, especially for those of you who are maybe dating right now. I'll just go out and say it. Okay, I've had relationships in the past where I have been cheated on. That is not okay. I had, as my younger self, had tolerated that because I didn't have self-worth. I figured, okay, my self-esteem was kind of rough. I grew up as a chubby girl, and so I figured there was always a reason, like, oh, he didn't mean to do that, or there has to be a reason, and so I would start to shift blame on myself. That is not okay, especially for those of us who, especially for us women, I feel like we need to value ourselves more than to accept things like that. I've been in relationships in the past where I was emotionally abused, where I was told how fat I was, or how I needed to lose weight, or how, I wasn't pretty enough, or on a scale of 1 to 10, I was a 6 or a 7. I've heard so many different things from different men that I dated in the past that I accepted, But as I've gotten older, I've learned my self-worth and knowing that I shouldn't be in a relationship like that. I've even dated some guys that would point out other women out there and say, oh, look how beautiful that person is. I've accepted even physical abuse from some people. There's so many things that have been so detrimentally wrong that I tolerated and I stayed in relationships that I shouldn't have because I didn't value myself enough. So if there's any one thing out of this entire video to get, is that if you value yourself and love yourself as much as you possibly can, then you will naturally gravitate towards someone who is going to treat you like the amazing person that you are, because you love yourself enough that you will only accept someone that loves you just as much as yourself. So if you're with someone that is abusive, that is calling you names, that is cheating on you, that is lying to you, that is not being faithful to you, that's, not trusting you, those are things that you cannot accept, and it's not okay. You have to only accept what you feel that you deserve, and that's what you're willing to put out, and that's all the great things in relationships. And as I've gotten older and as I've accepted myself, weight problems and all, I still love myself and I think I'm beautiful from head to toe. When I came to that point in my life where I truly loved myself, I know that I won't tolerate being with anyone that doesn't treat me the same way. So again, that's not aimed at any one person at all. I'm just saying from past experiences throughout my life, I think I've gotten to a point where I've learned a lot of lessons in relationships. So there is hope for all of you. If you're going through divorce or breakup or anything like that, it is extremely difficult. I'm not going to lie. It does feel like a death, but there is a lot of hope, and looking back and saying, what did I learn from that? What is my self-worth? Who am I in a relationship? What do I need from a partner? Everyone needs something different. Like for me, I know I need someone that's very patient and understanding. I have a chaotic schedule. I fly all the time. I need someone that's very independent, so that doesn't need me around 24/7, because that's just what my life is. So it took me a long time to figure out those things of not only how to value myself, but what I need from a partner and what I am in the relationship, what I bring to the table that we can mesh together. So I just wanted to give a big hug to all of you out there who are going through any breakup at all. I promise it gets better. I'm finally at a point right now in my life. It's been such a difficult year where I'm healing and I'm taking time for myself, and I see hope for the future, and I just want all of that for you guys too who are watching this, going through the same thing. You're not alone. So if you feel comfortable sharing your story below and you want others to get inspiration or feel hope too, then share that below. I just want you guys to have a safe environment where you feel like you can connect with other people that are going through the same thing as you, because there's nothing worse than going through a difficult time in your life and feeling like you're the only one that's going through it. So you are not alone. That's what this video is all about. So before I get teary-eyed and start breaking down crying, Lady's gonna end the video on a very happy note by giving some hugs and kisses. Hi, Lady. She's over here snoring. Do you want to give hugs and kisses and say, it's gonna be okay, guys? Oh. So take care, you guys. Thanks for watching my channel, and let me know if there's topics of real life that you want to talk about, and we will have an open discussion here as friends. So take care, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.